The 2024 Phoenix Rising season is presented by Equality Health. And tonight's match is presented by Metro by T-Mobile. It's the penultimate match in the USL Championship, week 33, and it's Phoenix Rising and Memphis 901 FC live from Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome in Killian McClatchy, my partner, Joe Lowry, as it's been all season long. The penultimate match, the final home match for Phoenix, and these are two teams. It was a 5-1 drubbing at the hands of Memphis 901 for Phoenix Rising. Going to try and earn a little bit of respect back tonight and potentially punch their ticket to the USL playoffs.
Absolutely. A hugely impactful game for Phoenix Rising in terms of their playoff future, and for Memphis in terms of seeding. An impactful game likely for everybody watching along at home tonight as well. There have been goals in these games. You mentioned that 5-1 earlier this year. 6-0 here at 38th and Washington last season. Phoenix Rising the victors. We should have goals tonight. Yeah, these two teams like to score a lot of goals. We're going to give you the players to watch for tonight, presented by Phoenix Union School District. We're going to start with the hosts, Phoenix Rising, Tomas Angel. He's finally starting to show his form, the reason they brought him in. A goal in each of the last two games. On loan from LAFC, you said it there, Killian. He has been finding the score sheet. 3 goals since he arrived from Southern California. He'll be starting up top for Phoenix Rising tonight. Over on the other side, it's a familiar face and a familiar name. Panos Armanakis over on the other side for Memphis 901 FC. Panos not starting tonight, but going to be the first time back since he helped bring the title to this valley. That's right. He starts in the USL Championship final last year for Phoenix Rising in their win over the Charleston Battery. Ends up over in Memphis on August 1st. Now back in the Valley. He'll be able to make a difference off the bench for Stephen Glass. Expect to see him at some point this evening. Those are the players to watch. We're going to take a break. We got starting lineups and kickoff. In the home finale, the crowd is starting to grow in Phoenix. They need 3 points as of right now to punch their ticket to the USL Championship playoffs. We'll see if they can do it. When we come back,
there's satisfaction in sacrifice, in spilling blood, sweat, and tears, in knowing that you left it all on the floor and never threw in the towel. Well, except to clean up the mess. Giving it all for your team is worth every drop. Modelo, brewed for fans with a fighting spirit.
Huh. How long have you been tracking our car's value with Carvana?
Just like 7 months.
Should we sell it?
We hold.
Hold.
Silver vans are going for more right now. Should we?
Hold.
Our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Hold.
Depreciation's really heating up. You think?
Hold. Hold.
We just did 2.5%.
Hold. Now. Already sold to Carvana.
Go to Carvana and track your car's value today.
Your health shouldn't depend on where you live, which language you speak, or the size of your paycheck. Everyone deserves access to high-quality care for a healthy life. At Equality Health, we partner with primary care providers to break down barriers to care and build healthy communities. Better health for all, the real game-winning goal. Equality Health is the season-presenting sponsor of the Phoenix Rising and proud sponsor of the Rising Community Soccer Clinics.
tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Equality Health, by Carvana, and by Northern Arizona University. Welcome back in. Phoenix Rising, Memphis 901 from the Phoenix Rising Soccer Complex. Here are the starting lineups for this evening, starting with the visitors. Here's the 11 for Memphis.
Yeah, Stephen Glass has gone with a 4-2-3-1 shape. A lot of interchanging through central spaces. Bruno Lapa, that attacking midfielder, number 10, is the guy to watch, leads the team in goals and expected assists.
Yeah, 11 goals on the year, 3 assists for Lapa. Watch for him right there in the middle. Here's the 11 for Phoenix Rising. Bunch of familiar faces, a couple little tweaks.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to see Emil Cuello, who's been back in the lineup at left back in this winning streak for Phoenix. He'll pinch into midfield. You'll see the wingers go really wide, and Zambrano sit as that number 6 with Charlie Dennis shifting a little higher on the right side of midfield.
Those are the starting 11 for both teams. Our head referee, Alyssa Nichols. Ball is down and ready to go. AR1 and AR2, Christian Lara and Alexander Aritza. Well, the 4th is Glendy Brashana. That is the officiating crew for tonight. A beautiful night, a little chilly here this evening. 67 degrees in the Valley of the Sun as we are underway. The home finale for Phoenix Rising, we mentioned. Coming into the night, 3 points would send Phoenix to the USL Championship playoffs. As of the results, just went final a few moments ago. San Antonio and Louisville City, a 1-1 draw means a point tonight for Phoenix will clinch their spot for the defending champions to try and go back-to-back.
Legitimate playoff implications, of course, for Phoenix Rising, as you're saying, Killian. Also for Memphis, as they're trying to climb into the top 4 spots and stay there to earn themselves a home playoff game. That is still mathematically possible for Phoenix Rising as well. Real stakes tonight between these two teams.
Underway, Phoenix early possession with the ball, chested down by Fede Varela, and now a whistle. We've got a quick second. We'll bring you Lowry's Lowdown, presented by Peoria Nissan. Joe, what do you got?
Yeah, for Phoenix Rising, they invested heavily in wingers. In the summer transfer window, Darius Johnson is starting on the left side tonight. Gerald Margarita's on the bench. Phoenix have been much better in the attack since those guys showed up. They've been 8th in the USL Championship in expected goals since those players debuted. It's about finding those wingers 1v1 against the Memphis fullbacks. And for Memphis, they're playing tonight without a real true focal point in their attack. See, John Baquero starting up top as their number 9 former Phoenix Rising midfielder is much more midfielder than real striker option for Stephen Glass. They're going to need to have Baquero pull players around, draw the Phoenix Rising center backs out, and then move off the ball to target space and behind.
Yeah, you mentioned Baquero getting the start tonight. No Marlon Santos for Memphis, out this evening due to yellow card accumulation over the course of the year. So he is out this evening. Santos, second on the team, 9 goals, 5 assists. One of the big guys. He scored a goal in that 5-1 win back in June for Memphis. All looking deep over the top. Baquero going to come out, but Rocco Rios Novo comes and scoops it up.
And this will be a good test tonight for rookie center back Pop Marboy, who's been a real rock in the back line for Phoenix Rising. Baquero is a different type of center forward, as we're talking about. He's going to have Noe Meza drifting in from that right wing. We'll have Bruno Lapa trying to make those runs and beyond. A lot of different looks coming towards Pop Marboy in the Phoenix Rising back line tonight.
Yeah, you see there the Spooner availability report. No Giulio Dorazioto, no John Stenberg. That ball just cleared away. So a few really kind of the usual ones here is who was out. Echo Brett out for the season, as we mentioned. Marlon Santos for Memphis. So as we said, last time these two met was back in June. It was 5-1 in Memphis. It was a match that the hosts really just dominated right from the jump. Phoenix just didn't really seem to have an answer for him throughout the evening. And we were talking a little bit before the match, and you mentioned a little bit in the pregame. It seems like every single time these two get together, there's always a lot of goals scored.
Yeah, at a 6-0 here at 38th and Washington in Phoenix Rising's favor. Last season, that 5-1 that ended former Phoenix Rising manager Danny Stone's time in charge of this club. Interim coach Diego Gomez taking over after that defeat to Memphis. There's real connections, real blood between these two teams. It's one of the many things that makes this one so much fun tonight.
Ball turned over, now knocked down right back in the midfield. And taken away by Zambrano. Nicely done to keep possession. Going to try and stretch it out. Is a Phoenix Rising player down here on the near side of the pitch. See what that is. It looks like, yeah, it's Emil Cuello, and a heavy hit. Looks like a hip.
Yeah, the right side there of Memphis 901 FC, right back Oscar Jimenez catching Emil Cuecho. Cuecho always active and engaged, hunting in those 50-50s, had a fair share of collisions this year. Hopefully he's okay.
Cuecho, he had missed some time over the last month and a half. Finally back in the starting 11 and available over the last couple weeks. There is Diego Gomez, interim head coach, reigning USL Championship Coach of the Week after a good little stretch. 3 consecutive losses. Things were really low kind of in the valley. It was the low point of the season. There's Stephen Glass, the man in charge in Memphis, has his team come into the night sitting in 5th. But things were really low for Phoenix. On the outside looking in, even to the playoff hunt, and then come right back. 2-1 win on the road in New Mexico. Top team in the West. Come away with the result there, and then notch a 1-0 victory at Oakland. And things go from the bottom of the valley up to the top of the mountain and controlling their own destiny.
Yeah, it's the beautiful thing about the USL Championship. So much parity on any given game week. Phoenix Rising doing what really not a lot of folks thought they could, getting that 3 points in New Mexico. A huge result. The Oakland game as well, massive. Now hoping to replicate some of that form at home. A lot of defensive intensity with Emil Cuecho back on the field now for Phoenix Rising. A lot of defensive intensity to start this game. Memphis has been pressing high up the field in Phoenix's own half. Phoenix returning the favor a little bit in their 4-1-4-1 structure, trying to unsettle the opposition here.
There's Tulu, sends that one towards the midfield. Comes flying in. Nice little turn that time from Zach Duncan. The Aussie elects to pull it back out, though. There's Bruno Lapa on the ball. Lapa, 11 goals this season. Watch for him. 9 of those 11 coming off the right foot, though. Sent over down to the near side to Oscar Jimenez. Little no look off the side of the boot. Jimenez will bring it up this right wing. And has lots of space. Gonna try and thread one through, but Potmar Boy has it covered the whole way and lets it out for a goal kick.
Phoenix trying to feel out how Memphis is approaching them. Memphis trying to find their rhythm and rotations off the ball. A lot of flexibility through central midfield. Lapa, Cariaga dropping and shifting out of that space. Duncan driving the ball forward. So much quality in Stephen Glass's side through the center spine especially.
Potmar Boy over to Lawrence Wyke. High pressure, at least in these first couple minutes, Joe, from Memphis. Trying to see if they can't force this Phoenix Rising team into a mistake, something that kind of plagued them during that little losing spell earlier this month.
Yeah, especially here at home. It's been a problem for Phoenix Rising. It's not been the best 4-week stretch of Rocco Rios Novo's career. Memphis have shown that willingness to press all season long. They're 7th in the USL Championship in possessions won in the final third, in their opponent's own third. Phoenix, though, showing a little bit of quality to play through.
We'll touch the back of Van Hel as he fell down. And he's going to set back up. And this is a reminder, fans, headquartered in Tampa, the USL has partnered with the United Way Suncoast to help the Tampa Bay area recover from the destruction from Hurricanes Helene and Milton. To assist in any of the recovery efforts, visit uslsoccer.com/Milton. With your support, we can help the Tampa Bay region ensure individuals and families have access to the resources they need. There's that QR code right there at the bottom of the screen as well. Mike back with the ball at his feet, and we'll send it back to Rocco Rios Novo, who's back behind between the sticks this evening. Had last week off in Oakland, and went Patrick Rakowski, and now a foul away from the ball. Darius Johnson down in a heap just off the touchline as he will roll a couple times back into touch.
Mentioned Emil Cuecho getting involved in some on-ball action earlier. We catch the replay here. Don't get a good look at Johnson towards the end there. We know that Darius Johnson wants to attack downhill. We know that he wants to be vertical. That's a huge part of his game. Even when he was over in the Netherlands playing in the top flight in the Eredivisie over there, prior to coming across the Atlantic and signing for Phoenix Rising in the summer. He's a guy who wants to attack downhill. How well Phoenix can get him the ball in space, able to go vertical, is going to have a huge impact on this game.
Johnson finds Quayshow. Fuenmayor. Sent through, trying to sneak a pass through to Charlie Dennis, unable to get it there and turned over. Memphis comes back the other direction. Nice little move. 1-2. Pressing forward, goes through Baquero. Long run, but a stoppage back behind, and there will be a booking. It looks like Popmar Boy's going to pick up a yellow.
See Bruno Lapa down on the field there. I talked about it already, the different looks that Memphis are going to throw at Pop Marboy and Phoenix Rising. Marboy ends up making that decision late to come and try to extend towards Lapa. Not a lot of contact there on that second look. Still well done to Memphis to force that moment of indecision from the Phoenix Rising backline to try to then exploit that space in behind. Memphis so crafty, so smooth on the ball, especially when they can find those open pockets.
The referee, Melissa Nichols. One of the things we noticed coming in, these were two teams that were tied in the tops of the USL. Each had 96 yellow cards coming in. Phoenix now obviously one ahead with that 97th. Popmar Boy with an early booking here in the 10th minute as Angel, long run and nearly snuck up behind and took that ball away. That was Akeem Ward. Almost got caught sleeping by the Colombian. Oh, just behind Johnson. Oh, flicked off the calf almost. And that one touched away. It will be ball to Phoenix. Be sure to check out all the exciting postseason action as the USL playoffs presented by Terminix. Kickoff in November. The top teams battle it out for the ultimate prize. Go to USLChampionship.com for all the latest playoff information. Long run out on the far side, trying to send one into the box, and that one will go into the front row of the stands and out for a throw.
Such a good ball from Rocco Rios Novo, a goalkeeper with the heart of a midfielder, the right foot of a central midfielder, and what a touch there from Darius Formella, seamlessly bringing that ball down. Memphis are trying to go man-to-man through central midfield in their press, taking away Zambrano and Quayshow and Charlie Dennis and Varela. Well, if they're going man-for-man through the middle, play the ball over the top. Great work there from Phoenix to advance.
Angel thought about a shot, got deflected down with a long look from his left foot. Dennis gets it back off. Wyke lays up Formella. Formella tries to cross it in, got a little twisted up on himself, but he'll earn the first corner of the night. It's our first Carvana corner kick. Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising, will drive you happy. First corner. Only talking to is gaggle of red and white right there around the penalty spot.
And you can see Memphis setting up a mixture of man and zonal marking here. Going more man-oriented towards the penalty spot. Look for Phoenix Rising to curl runners towards that near post. Maybe look for a little headed deflection off of this in-swinger from Charlie Dennis.
Got Angel standing right in front of the keeper, Tyler Derrick. This one sent in. Quayshow leaps up, and it will put a stop to it. As there was, Darius Formella was on the ground, not pleased about this stoppage. But it will be a goal kick for Memphis.
Yeah, Phoenix trying to do the same thing that Memphis did to them on Rocco Rios Novo's last bit of distribution. A lot of man-oriented defending through the middle, trying to force the opposition long. Goalkeeper Tyler Derrick can't keep that one in play.
Derrick making his 26th start on the year. 6 clean sheets. 31 goals let in. This is a guy, a lot of experience as a professional. A lot of MLS experience as well. You go all the way back. He's actually the first homegrown player to ever sign for the Houston Dynamos back in 2009. The Houston, Texas native. Saw plenty of time, over 100 appearances for his hometown club. Johnson, quick touch, gets it to Quayshow in a little bit of space. Quayshow gonna stop, wait for some help, back to Johnson. Johnson thought about it, and they want to reset and see if they can't build something up. Good little ball chipped in. Johnson chested down to himself, cuts into the right. Won't matter, the flag's up on the far side.
That's lovely work. There's we get some afters here. Alyssa Nichols coming in to take care of that very, very quickly. Memphis staying disciplined across the back line there after some really nice technical play in midfield from Charlie Dennis, finding Darius Johnson running in behind that left side. Johnson well offside.
Darius Johnson, like, got into a little bit with Tulu there. Not sure if Tulu took a little offense to the late shot after the whistle.
Good energy to this game through 15 minutes. Some scrappiness to it, some tempo on the ball from both teams showing their quality in and out of possession. A really nice opening quarter of an hour.
I think that was kind of the expectation coming into this match. Again, we mentioned it was 5-1. One team, obviously Phoenix, trying to bounce back, get a little bit of respect back after the last time these two played each other. But we're down near the end of the year. Everything is important. Every touch matters, as Angel does a nice job working his way around the defenders. Johnson back on this left wing. Weaving around, trying to find some space. Beautiful ball. Left-footed shot. Curls just wide. Johnson earned the space. And Fede Varela trying to pump the crowd up after just missing.
Now you can tell Darius Johnson likes this matchup against the 34-year-old veteran. Oscar Jimenez gets him backpedaling. Lays it off to Fede Varela, back in the 11 for Diego Gomez. Varela pulls it just wide.
How about Johnson pulling 3 defenders?
That's what you want if you're Phoenix Rising. It's a huge part of why you go out there and sign Darius Johnson from the Netherlands. Comes in very similar time as Joe Margarita. Just going to be available off the bench for Diego Gomez tonight. Margarita is the technical, dribble first kind of player. Johnson is the put your shoulder down, duck, and try to drive past the defender. Draws a ton of attention on the left side for Phoenix.
For as good as the link up was on the last play, that one just off as Varela gives a thumbs up to Johnson. Well, behind him as Sissoko tries to play a ball long over the top. And there's Rocco Rios Novo to go ahead and take a hold of it. Rising fans, be sure you score your season tickets for the 2025 season with only a $100 deposit. Gets you complimentary tickets to test drive your ideal seats. Visit phxrising.com/tickets for more information.
Memphis trying to find the balance right now between stepping forward and pressing, but also staying in their structure, not getting pulled apart by the off-ball movement of Phoenix's midfield group. Having to drop a little bit.
When Mayor, outside of the boot, wasn't able to find Tomas. Saw the opening 5-10 minutes kind of controlled by Memphis, I think is fair to say. And now momentum swung back the other way. Phoenix getting a couple early looks in this first half. Ball chipped around a little bit. Pakmar Boy right there, though, as Varela tries to chest it over to Angel, but knocked down. Tulu cleared back to Pakmar Boy.
And those are the sorts of clearances that Phoenix Rising want to force. And if you're Memphis, you're not pleased with that outball from Tulu. You don't have a reference point at the top of your structure. It's not John Baquero. It's not Bruno Lapa. Both more number 10s than 9s.
Johnson, ball sneaks all the way to him. Gets it onto his left. Johnson, left-footed shot, tried to go near post. It was a tight angle. Not sure if there was a real chance there, but another opportunity for Phoenix in this first half.
And I love that composure from Darius Johnson on the initial decision after the ball trickles all the way across to him on the left side. Don't just slam it with the right foot, get Jimenez off balance. Take a stab at it with the left, ends up getting underneath the ball. Not able to direct it on frame. Another good chance coming from Phoenix Rising.
Derek looked like he had it pretty well covered right there on that near post, as another ball just carelessly sent Phoenix's way. Formella rushing himself through, lays off to White. Another opportunity building. White crossed in, headed out Nicely done to stay on top of that one was Jimenez, but not fully out of danger just yet.
And Memphis trying to reestablish themselves defensively to regain some composure. They've been trapped inside their own third for far too long now, pressure mounting.
The Memphis club standing 45 points coming into tonight. Errant ball taken away as Quaisho going to give a little bit of a bump, and nicely done. Big wave of the finger no from the referees. Bacaro took a tumble. This is a Memphis club. They lead the Western Conference with 48 goals coming in. And Hell does a nice job getting to that ball. Another build up. And Hell tries to play one through. White long run and forces a quick clearance, and it will be a throw.
Yeah, that's the second time Charlie Dennis has worked so well off the ball to find space between the lines. And Memphis's defensive structure ends up moving that play forward. Phoenix then trying to connect in the box. Really bright start for this Rising team at home in a big, big match.
Formella will lay back to White. Ball laid over the top. Flag goes up once again, though. Second offside on Phoenix.
Rising continuing to probe. Memphis have tweaked their defensive shape a little bit as they sit deeper in that mid-block. Bruno Lapa very much sitting in behind John Bacaro, trying to take Renzo Zambrano away. Phoenix then with opportunities down the wings, and we're seeing it.
Derek will run out and collect the ball, take a moment, let his side get a little bit of a breath.
That's exactly what it is, Killian. Tyler Derrick, veteran, savvy goalkeeper, has been solid for Memphis in net this year. He knows that his team needs a little bit of time to regroup, time to gather themselves. This Memphis team is one that absolutely can hurt you with possession. They're averaging 52% possession this year. They're okay to keep the ball. It's a way for them to get a little bit back into this match. Smart play there from Derrick to slow things up.
Derek puts his right foot through it. Marboy heads up. Lapa chested down. I'll go all the way back to Tula. We mentioned it is such an important game for Phoenix in terms of trying to clinch their way into the playoffs. Memphis is already in, but we talked about they're still playing to try and host a first-round matchup. So as important as it is for Phoenix, this Memphis club wants to try and find a result just as much.
Oh, absolutely. No, this is a hugely important game for Memphis, even separating the recent history and the fireworks that these games have had between these two teams. As we see a yellow card coming out here to Charlie Dennis.
Dennis being told to turn around and walk the other direction. Second booking. Dennis not a fan of that one.
Oh, Phoenix Rising taking this yellow card slot really, really seriously so far through about 25 minutes of this game tonight. To go all the way back to the Memphis point, though, Killian, this is a hugely important game for them. Home field advantage is massive heading into the postseason. Having the opportunity to play in front of your home fans, having the opportunity to host a game from a business and soccer operations perspective is super important and very, very helpful. Just so many clubs across this league and across all leagues that host this similar playoff format as we catch this replay.
So Dennis stood in front. Where did you see that booking? I'm surprised. It seemed like Dennis necessarily did all that much, but either way, we're not down there. Scooped up by Rocco Rios Novo. As you said, that home playoff game, and it's not necessarily like it's an easy thing to do. Phoenix obviously went on the road throughout the entirety of the postseason last year on their way to their first championship, but that's not something that's very easy to do.
No, playing on the road is a very, very difficult thing in this league. home field advantage, matters in the USL Championship. You see this across all levels of American soccer. It is a legitimate boost. Travel is so extensive in domestic soccer in the United States. It's a massive game.
Nice done interception right there in the middle by Duncan. Duncan lays over his midfield partner, Cariaga. Long run, sprinting in to collect his Ward. He's going to turn, cross in towards the center and towards the spot. Nicely done, though, by Quaisho to come and cover back up. It's like Meza, who was coming at the back post.
That was a phenomenal weak-footed ball there from Akeem Ward. Steady left back for Stephen Glass. Great distribution.
Tulu back to his backline partner in Sissoko. Back to Tulu, pressured a little bit. Fede Varela. Another ball long over to the left wing. Ward has to leap up, has to wait for it just a tad. Ward gets it on his right foot, sent back in. Rios Novo diving. Relatively simple save as he gets it back going quickly.
And Zach Duncan sort of can't believe that ball doesn't end up trickling through to him towards the back post. Phoenix Rising left back Emil Quaisho caught far upfield. Doesn't make a huge effort to get back into shape to help out Ale Fumayor. Zach Duncan can have the whole runway to himself.
Duncan, the Australian, his lone goal on the season came in that 5-1 victory back in June. Does also have an assist. Fed back to Oscar.
And now we sort of see the tide turn the other direction. It's been one of the fun things about this game so far. Memphis start out bringing the intensity, forcing some turnovers early. Phoenix wrestle that controlled away. Memphis now showing what they can bring on the ball. Back and forth affair.
Sissoko to the middle, sent all the way back to Tulu. With an errant touch. Johnson now takes a little bit of a shove. Johnson down holding his face, but they're going to keep playing. And now a stoppage as they're going to ask for the physio to come out and take a peek at Darius Johnson after it looks like Tulu might have caught him a little up high. There's that last chance, that Rios Novo save.
And you see how much space Zach Duncan has on the weak side of the box there. Fede Varela, really the one closest to him. That's Phoenix Rising's literal number 10 and tactically their number 10 as that attacking midfielder. Quaisho's got to be careful with how aggressive he chooses to be pushing forward in the press from his left back spot.
Johnson gets a bit of a handshake from Tulu as everybody taking a moment, grabbing some water. Here's another look at that whistle.
Yeah, a little extension of the arms there from Tulu. Not a ton of contact there, didn't seem intentional from the Memphis center back. Darius Johnson's going to be all right there.
Johnson getting some words from the bench as he'll wait for the fourth official to let him back on as physio gives the thumb up on him to return. Waiting on this one to be put back into play. There we are.
Memphis going to continue to probe here. You're seeing how deep Bruno Lapa's willing to drop to get on the ball. He really is this orchestrator for Memphis. Leads the team in expected assists. One of the better chance creators in the entire USL Championship. Can piston between being higher up as that number 10, that second forward. Can drop lower. The same goes for Becerra, who can shift wider, can drop deeper from that 9 spot. So much positional fluidity and how Memphis want to attack. Phoenix Rising doing a good job at the moment, staying tight in their defensive shape.
Cariaga standing right in the midfield circle. Ward, nice little run, little 1-2, just too far. Ward unable to get there as Formella tries to shoulder him off. Might have given up a little too soon. Borzak back to the edge of the 18. A quick touch, tries to go for a shot. Ward right foot towards the near post, but it took a little bit of a hop. And now Wyke is a little fired up. Same with Formella as Rios Novo tries to wait for his team to get set back up.
Yeah, there's Bruno Lapa on the ball. Ends up getting blocked over to Akeem Ward. Nothing really dangerous there ultimately from Memphis.
Quayshow. Nice little hesitation to get himself some space. Varela at midfield. The captain Zambrano. Dennis. Had Formella trying to make a run past him. Couldn't get it to him. Wyke now cutting between two defenders. Still with the ball at his feet. Wyke now gets it away.
Yeah, here's this matchup that Phoenix like. Darius Johnson on Oscar Jimenez.
Johnson gets around him once again. Johnson chased down, takes a knock, weaving around, tries to get through, finally gets dispossessed. Tulu stayed strong right in front of him. As Borzak now trying to clear away, at least for a moment, a couple red kits swarm him, and it'll be a throw-in to the visitors.
You could see in the early buildup of that sequence how badly Darius Johnson wanted to get on this ball. Does so well to bypass. Not one, but two challenges from Memphis. Ultimately, great defending there from Tulu. Not overcommitting one way or the other to give Johnson the right foot or the left. Biding his time, ultimately making that challenge.
6'2" defender making his 8th start on the year. Formation of Togo. Cool story with Tulu as well, though. He's founded his own, the Tulu Foundation. He's done to help out youth back in his home nation. The whistle, and it'll be a free kick to Phoenix as they want to go quickly.
Yeah, no, this is an interesting look. Just off screen, Memphis 901 have swapped their fullbacks. It's Jimenez going over to that left side, a role that he's played before. Akeem Ward shifting over to this right side, Phoenix Rising's left. Stephen Glass, uncomfortable with that Darius Johnson-Oscar Jimenez matchup, has made the change to give his side a little more athleticism up against Darius Johnson in those 1v1s.
Yeah, it's definitely a defensive move. We've seen Ward getting some space on that far side and attack for Memphis. As Flenmayor to this near side with plenty of space. Johnson just kind of hovering off to his left, and Flenmayor will put it back into the middle. Varela will turn and got underneath the ball. He was asking, thought it was a bit of a tug at the back of the kit. Nothing there, though.
That's not a bad idea from Fede Varela. You can see there that maybe lack of minutes and chemistry built up between Angel, who doesn't make that run in behind quick enough. Varela wants to play it immediately. Phoenix finding good spaces, just looking for that last action to come off tonight.
Derek sends it deep. A long little back heel turnover. Varela, nifty little footwork. Varela tries to find Angel in behind. The flag stays down. Angel left-footed shot. Well wide. But another opportunity as Phoenix continues to poke and prod at this Memphis defense.
Yeah, and Tulu says no, no, no. Does so well to get back in this play. Forces Angel wide, never has the angle there. Tomas Angel for Phoenix Rising off of the nice through ball from Fede Varela. Tulu has been sharp defensively so far tonight.
And in his 20th game on the year. Came in 60 clearances, one of the higher numbers on this club, despite only playing in the 20 matches. But certainly looked very sharp so far tonight.
Phoenix having success keeping those long balls played out of the back from Memphis. You can see Ale Flenmayor just a moment ago, sort of wrapping up John Baquero. Keeping that, winning the possession back for Phoenix Rising.
Varela, he's got Johnson to his left, Tomas to his right. Gonna give it off to Johnson. Here's Johnson and Ward for the first time. Little cross in, diving save. Derek sprung out of that one.
Darius Johnson motioning after he plays that ball across, sort of flicking his hand towards the 6-yard box, asking for his teammates to crash. Just a little earlier across the face of Tyler Derrick. Opts to play that left footer in, Darius Johnson. Doesn't find a run.
Quayshow pushed from behind, and it will be a free kick. Quayshow wanted to take it quick, and it will be a booking. That is going to be Zach Duncan picking up the yellow card.
We really do have yellow card watch this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Zach Duncan, Emil Quayshow. Challenge there from Duncan, a little bit of afters as well.
Pretty easy booking there. It's been a big talking point all year from the referees. Now Stephen Glass, very adamant about something, speaking to the fourth official. Just remind you now at Metro by T-Mobile, you can get that new customer feeling again and again. Introducing Metro Flex. It's more than just free phones when you join. And get the same great deals as new customers on 5G phones like Samsung, Motorola, and Revel when you stay 12 months and trade in a phone. It's the first of many initiatives they're making to ensure all their customers, new and existing, feel valued. A little over a half an hour played here in the penultimate match as a turnover. Nicely done, taken away by Memphis. Weaving in and out, Duncan going to get the ball to his feet. A layover, Baquero is going to be a long run, but Johnson does a nice job. He comes sliding in. It will be a throw right down near towards that flag.
Memphis do so well there to win the ball, take advantage of the turnover from Renzo Zambrano, and immediately target the space that's made available by Emil Quayshow, pushing up on that left side, pushing into central midfield. Ultimately, Darius Johnson does well to recognize the need to get back in the play and to make that challenge.
Ward, as we mentioned, made that switch over here to this right side as last touched by Phoenix. Another throw in.
Yeah, it's an interesting swap from Stephen Glass. Akeem Ward has played the most minutes of any player on this Memphis 901 FC squad. Very much Mr. Reliable for this team, and you can see it in how Stephen Glass has changed his deployment to nullify Phoenix's biggest threat.
Ward, he started all but one match so far this season, started all but one last year. 37 of 38 a season ago. As that ball goes nowhere, as Rocco Rios Novo will be the one to take the goal kick.
And you can see Rocco sort of organizing things ahead of his box here. Phoenix have had success building through Memphis's pressure, pulling them apart, working well off the ball to target those spaces.
Ward a little long as Tulu there to collect it. Sissoko as the train rolls back behind the south end here at 38th and Washington. Strong challenge from White. Nothing there as they continue on. Sissoko.
That's well done.
Lovely little touch.
Memphis giving Phoenix a little taste of their own medicine. Rising have done a good job tonight of keeping Memphis pinned in, not letting their forwards claim those long balls. Now Memphis doing the same thing to Phoenix and their striker, Tomas Angel.
Potmar, boy, a bit of a misplay. Lapa's right there on top of it. Tries to get some space. Baquero, right-footed shot. Unable to get anything behind it and misses it wide.
That's a real let-off for Phoenix Rising. Memphis taking full advantage, trying to take full advantage of that turnover from the rookie center back Lapa. Ends up slipping it over to John Baquero with a decent effort on goal. Good opportunity there, just pulls it well wide.
It's a solid train, Joe.
You're the transportation guy, you tell me.
I am. This is one of my favorite places.
Say with confidence.
We get it right next to the airport. Got the train there. My train knowledge is not as good as my airplane knowledge, I will say, though.
It sounds like you've got a job for the offseason.
I mean, hey. The worst part about not being able to come back here is I can't watch the planes take off. It's one of my favorite pregame activities.
I think we could call somebody and get you back out here on the field.
Another turnover from Phoenix in their own end. Little touch, tried to play through. Nobody was there, though, in White. As Rios Novo will take a second, and he'll start to walk it up. Taking his time as he puts it back And we get going. Quayshow. Johnson tries the dummy and lets it go through, but Ward has him covered off, and now Ward goes flying in after a shove from Johnson, and Johnson, you get told very quickly to walk the other way. As Johnson towing a line.
And tempting fate there with that little toss up in the air.
And tempting fate didn't go too well, as Darius Johnson now has earned himself a booking.
You know, I have found that tempting fate doesn't tend to turn out particularly well most of the time. Foolish there from Darius Johnson, knowing that referee Alyssa Nichols had kept this game on a tight leash. Tossing that ball up in the air, referees are drilling down on that sort of dissent, that sort of time wasting this year.
And it was right in front, too.
That's blatant.
So if you're keeping track at home on the yellow card counter, Phoenix now 99 to 98. As be a whistle, and Phoenix will get ball back for a free kick. Fans, be sure you visit your local Arizona Financial Credit Union branch to get your Phoenix Rising debit card. It's a great way to support the team and spread the word. Visit ArizonaFinancial.org. Still have 0-0 here in Phoenix. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry. Up top here at 38th in Washington is Johnson. Tries to head it down, but right there again. I have to change it. It's Tulu on the spot. He's been there every time that they've needed a big defensive play. As now Angel, taking a little bit of a knock from behind, tripped up and fell down. Memphis, see if they can't start a counter. Oscar has to turn, or Zach, as he's taken off at his feet. Duncan now working it forward, and it's out. It'll be ball to Memphis.
And both teams sort of looking to reestablish the rhythm and feel of this game after a fair few whistles in the last few minutes. Memphis working around, trying to find those gaps on either side of Renzo Zambrano and Charlie Dennis in the center of midfield for Phoenix.
Ward was making the run as he gets the ball now. Ward, right-footed cross towards the center back post. It got let through. And it was all the way through. Looks like it didn't get touched.
Akeem Ward has been a dangerous outlet for this Memphis team in the final third tonight. A couple of lovely right-footed balls into the 18 so far in this first half. That one just can't quite connect with the Memphis runner.
Vienna, Virginia native, Akeem Ward. Guy who's one of the captain's armband for majority of the 2021 season in Oakland. He's an MLS Super Draft pick back in 2019 by DC United. Staying close to home in the Commonwealth out of Creighton University. Found his way here to Memphis. Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many other elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice.
Yeah, we're seeing a situation so far in this first half where neither team is having a lot of success with those direct balls. Roca Rios Novo tries one there. Memphis deal with it so easily. It's been the same the other way around.
There's Varela now, a little bit of space. And Hell does a good job to keep possession. Varela gets met by two white jerseys and taken away. Duncan was one of the two there in defense. Same as Meza. Meza lays ahead, but Caro with a little bit of room on this right wing. He's got Borzak. He's gonna look to try and find him. Borzak leaping up. Popmar boy, and it's into the back of the net. It's 1-0 Memphis. Borzak tells the south end to quiet down. Not sure if it was Borzak or if it was off of Popmar boy, but either way, the visitors are on top here late in the first half.
John Baquero back in the Valley of the Sun against his former club. Whips that ball in with the right foot. towards Borzak, towards Potmar Boy. We'll catch another look here.
I think it was a clean goal off of Borzak.
That's well done from Memphis 901, finding that space on the far side of the box.
So 1-0. Dylan Borzak gets his 4th goal on the season. And he's got Memphis up 1-0 in the closing stages of the first 45.
That's a huge goal for Memphis as it relates to their own playoff chances, stepping higher up the Western Conference. Also a big, big goal for Phoenix for the exact opposite reason. Killian coming into tonight after the result between San Antonio and Louisville. Phoenix Rising, all they needed to clinch a spot in the Western Conference playoffs, a single point. If things continue as they are right now, Phoenix will have to head into that game on the road against Louisville City to get themselves a spot in the top 8.
A big moment at the end of this first half. 3 minutes added on. See if Phoenix will press a little bit, try and find an equalizer before we go to the break. Potmar Boy, a little low one, took a deflection off of the back of Bruno Lapa's head. Johnson has to wait for that one as Ward. Nice job coming over there. We've seen that switch by Stephen Glass already paying off, at least in the few moments and the few chances that Phoenix has had on this new left side.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a fantastic change from Stephen Glass. Really savvy to observe the problem area for his side and make the proactive change even before halftime. You don't see a lot of that in this sport. If I'm Diego Gomez, I'm starting to think about some changes too. You know, you're not quite the end of this first half just yet, but at halftime, really starting to think about how can we continue to take advantage of Oscar Jimenez, even now that Memphis have tried to hide him a little bit on that far side, the left side of their own back line. You know, what do you change to get there? Is it Margarita coming in off the bench? Is it another positional change? Is it feeding Formella? Lots to talk about at halftime.
Another Carvana corner kick for Phoenix. This one swung in, tried to find the head of Potmar Boy, wasn't able to get it through. Johnson gonna chip it back in towards the center as Varela was there, but the flag went up immediately on the far side. And fired up. Once again, Tulu has been an absolute stone wall the entire night.
Yeah, he was ready for that one. Wouldn't have mattered one way or the other. But man, Tulu has been incredibly aware off the ball defensively in this game. It's been a fun first half. You know, real energy going both ways. Desperation, you can sense it even before we hit the halftime whistle. Both teams with looks, both teams with possession, both teams with real chances here. A lot of more soccer left to be played.
Derek with a deep breath and sends it Varela. Heads it down Johnson. Try and turn. Has to go all the way back. We'll see if there's enough time for one more Phoenix chance. They can go quickly. Formella for White. Dennis. Nicely done to keep possession. Dennis, long ball over the top looking for Johnson, but Ward's right there. As that move pays off. He heads it right to Derek. Derek will cover it. See, might be one last bit of action in this first half. Fuenmayor over to White. Keep playing at least for the moment in this first half. 1-0 Memphis. Zambrano just too far out of reach, and that is going to do it for the first 45. Late goal in the 44th by Dylan Borzak has Memphis 901 up 1-0 in the penultimate match for these two clubs in Phoenix. A lot on the line in terms of playoff position and simply getting in, as Diego Gomez and his side gonna have to talk things over, make a couple changes, see what they can do in the second half. Don't go anywhere. We got halftime coming up. Be right back watching USL Championship Soccer.
Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? How fast do you want to get there? At Gateway Community College, you can achieve a career that takes you places in less time and for less money. Opportunity is not just for the select few. Living better is for everyone. Let us help you discover your future.
Quench your thirst and save big at Circle K, America's Thirst Stop. Soda 12-packs are 2 for $12 or 3 for $15. Select 24-pack bottled water cases are 2 for $7 or 3 for $9. And don't forget to grab one of our famous Polar Pop cups that stays cold longer, starting at just 99 cents. Only at Circle K, your one-stop shop for all your thirst needs. See store for details.
Get free checking at Arizona Financial. Plus, get $200 cash when you open your new checking account. There's no catch, no minimums, just 100% free checking, including free identity protection, built-in security features, and 24/7 mobile banking. Your financial future has arrived at Arizona Financial. Get the tools, security, high yields, and free checking you want, including free identity protection. Open your new checking account today and receive $200 cash. Visit arizonafinancial.org/free.
You're welcome. Have you guys listened to the reading from Lawrence? And then you'll be able to ask some questions. But for now,
that's good. Which team do you think is going to win the blue or the red team?
ready? Look, now you camera drive. Big smiles right here.
Back in 1-0, Memphis 901 FC over Phoenix Rising. Watching the Metro by T-Mobile halftime report. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry here for you. Neat little video. You see some of the kids making their way onto the field. Great crowd here tonight for the home finale in Phoenix. Saw Lawrence White hanging out with some of the kids and NAU, one of the sponsors here for Phoenix Rising, as the festivities continue on. We're going to go to break. Don't go anywhere. We got more from the Metro by T-Mobile halftime. A goal in the 44th by Borzak has us at the 1-0 scoreline.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Welcome to Do or Die. Welcome to stories that give meaning to it all. The juggernaut chasing history. The hero hoping for a Hollywood ending. The upstart determined to make the most of its shot at glory. Welcome to second guessing everything. Every coach's decision. Every referee's call. Every pass, shot, tackle, save. Because you know it all means more now. Welcome to the playoffs.
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Yeah, trick. I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
You came looking for a light beer. And you found gold. Modelo Oro. The light beer with a smooth, elevated taste and a clean, crisp finish. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Back in Phoenix, 1-0, Memphis on top. Watching the halftime report presented by Metro by T-Mobile. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry up top here in the Valley of the Sun. It's a little chillier than it has been. Down to the 60s. It's not 115 anymore, Joe.
Yeah, Killian's got his puffer jacket on. I need everybody out there at home to know that Killian is ready for the winter months, even if they're not here yet.
I'm quite comfy. Here's some of the news and notes from around the USL. Great thing from Louisville City FC. Over $20,000 donated to the Tampa Bay Rowdies to assist with the hurricane relief efforts. The Tampa Bay area really took Hurricane Helene and Milton very difficult. As a reminder, go to uslsoccer.com/Milton. You can help out there as well. Davion Kimbrough called up to the US U15 squad. Think about that. U15 for Davion Kimbrough to the training camp for Sacramento or Sac Republic, and then El Paso Locomotive, the Copa Tejas. Little 2-2 draw against San Antonio last week. That San Antonio club picking up a 1-1 draw, as you see right there against Louisville City. Sets things up right now. As it stands, a point is all Phoenix needs to clinch their spot to try and go and return and defend their title. The other big one that we were watching this evening was that Monterey Bay, Colorado Springs. Seeding implications there. Colorado Springs currently sits in the 4 spot just above Memphis. 1-0, 3 points keeps them at least at arm's reach, but barely above Memphis.
Yeah, Monterey Bay still trying to climb their way back into that game, one that Phoenix Rising will be keeping half an eye on, of course, as they're working on getting back into this game in the second half.
Yeah, that Colorado Springs, Monterey Bay, 70 minutes played so far. Got some action going on down there. The youngsters, see, you can't find some goals there. Phoenix trying to do the same. 1-0. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
This spring, Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on, savor the day.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Your health shouldn't depend on where you live, which language you speak, or the size of your paycheck. Everyone deserves access to high-quality care for a healthy life. At Equality Health, we partner with primary care providers to break down barriers to care and build healthy communities. Better health for all, the real game-winning goal. Equality Health is the season-presenting sponsor of the Phoenix Rising and proud sponsor of the Rising Community Soccer Clinics.
Hey, how goes it?
Well, I'm getting a new car.
Yeah, I've been contemplating the same.
Carvana's convenient.
Appreciate the tip.
Yeah, anytime. How's it going over there?
Hey, buy that car yet?
Be here Thursday. You?
It's a question for a more decisive me. Maybe I need to think about it more.
I believe in you.
You can do this. Come on. Definitely a no-brainer.
Wow, decisive.
Yeah, went with same-day delivery.
Well, it only took you a few days.
I know.
However you buy your car with Carvana.
Well, it's finally happening. The robots. They're coming.
Hi, Amory.
Maybe that's a good thing.
She said what? She said what? I was ready like a full 20 minutes before you. What are you talking about?
It drives better than you do, babe.
Who does? Bye, robot.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Equality Health, by Carvana, and by Northern Arizona University. Back in, halftime continues on. Presented by Metro by T-Mobile, 1-0 Memphis in that first half over Phoenix. This where as it stands. Got some highlights for you from the first half. Some chances from both sides early on. Took a while to try and find one, though. Phoenix, a few shots. Highlights presented by your Desert Ford dealers. A couple good saves early on by both sides.
Yeah, and Darius Johnson having a ton of success early. 1v1 against Oscar Jimenez. Stephen Glass makes that change, swaps his fullbacks. That puts Memphis in control. Where Memphis ultimately find the goal, though, is by exploiting the weakness in Phoenix Rising's backline on that left side. John Beccaro floats into a ton of space. Nobody closes him down. Finds Borzak towards the backside. Borzak makes it 1-0 Memphis.
Yeah, clean goal. They did give it to Borzak. We were unsure at the brief moment, but it was the fourth on the year for Dylan Borzak. Here are your first half stats presented by Gateway Community College. Pretty level on both sides. Obviously the scoreline 1-0. Shots pretty close. Phoenix still unable to find something on target, but still that slight edge in possession as well.
Yeah, they've had opportunities. Phoenix Rising had the earlier, better opportunities as well. Just haven't quite gotten on the score sheet just yet. Have a little bit of an edge in terms of expected goals. Not a ton, though, ultimately at the end of the day, separating these two teams in the first 45. And it doesn't appear that it's going to be a swap on the wing just yet for Diego Gomez.
Looks like keeping it the same. The big one to keep an eye on. This has been very tightly called by the officials as we see not the moon, certainly bright. Good crowd tonight in Phoenix. Home finale. Valley fans showing out as we get ready for this second half. We'll go back around to Lowry's lowdown, revisit it for you. We've seen, at least for Phoenix's side, they've tried to get it done so far, getting Darius Johnson the ball. Good little chess game, though, by Memphis to meet it.
Yeah, both of these things really did play a part in the first half. Phoenix looking to find Johnson 1v1 after saying Killian. And for Memphis, it's Beccaro working off the ball. That's a huge part of his role tonight as a sort of false nine for Memphis and Stephen Glass. He floats towards the right side, realizes that Emil Cuecho is way out of defensive position, which is a part of the structure that Diego Gomez is using, but it's a defensive breakdown for Phoenix. Beccaro works wisely off the ball to find that space, and 2 seconds later, it's 1-0.
This one headed around as we're back underway in the second half. Memphis with the goal right at the tail end of the first half as long ball laid through. Flynn Mayor will go collect it.
And we talked about how the change that Stephen Glass made with his fullbacks in the first half had a real positive impact for Memphis. Well, clearly Glass himself agrees, given that we see Oscar Jimenez back on this left side, the second role that he played in that first 45, and Akeem Ward still matched up 1v1 against Darius Johnson.
Yeah, you're going to see Ward and Johnson on the far side. Formella matched up with Jimenez on the near side for the camera for you. Zambrano back to Flynn Mayor. Otmar Boy for Formella. His pass is sent it right back to White. Formella's been kept quiet this evening. He had been a real big piece over the last month or so for this rising club, scoring a couple goals in key moments. He was the one who scored the lone goal last time these two clubs faced each other. It'll meet up and it will be a throw in to Phoenix.
And Phoenix not wasting any time getting that ball back in play. They absolutely want to climb back into this game. Great crowd out here at 38th and Washington, wanting to give these folks something.
Sat down, trying to find a little bit of space. There's Ward. And back to Tulu. Tulu played an excellent first half of soccer. It was all over the place defensively. Stymied the attack for Phoenix.
That's well done by Memphis, working their way out of that pressure from Phoenix Rising. Tons and tons of space for them to attack into now.
Oscar will get the ball. Formella doubles back to get in front. Bruno Lapa now. Lapa hesitates. Potmar Boyd does a nice job to step up in front of it. It goes right back to the feet of Lapa. Duncan. Beccaro back to Tulu. Ozzy Duncan sent back Sissoko. Duncan back to Bruno Lapa.
This Phoenix back line so narrow. Darius Johnson ultimately drops back to join them, protecting against Akeem Ward on that far side.
Memphis calm, cool, and collected in possession right now these opening couple minutes of the second half.
And look for them to try to exploit some of that space out wide with their fullbacks.
A little back heel from Johnson, couldn't get there as Ward does a really nice job to keep possession. Duncan moving his way around, back to Akeem Ward. Sissoko will come back and get it. Folks, I want to remind you, eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream and rep your team. Today's your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play, so go ahead and download it now. As Phoenix finally able to get the ball off the feet of Memphis and try to build up a little bit of possession of their own. Otmar Boy. Back to Wyke. Starting to see a little bit Milquay kind of drifted further up, starting to look a bit more like three at the back as Diego Gomez feeling the pressure, needing to find a goal at some point tonight.
Yeah, Quayshow pushing forward more intentionally in this second 45, Killian. I think you're absolutely right about that. Did that in the first half, and that's part of where Memphis' goal comes from, is Phoenix failing to win the ball back quickly with Quayshow higher up the field. But you've seen this system under Diego Gomez where he shifts to this back three, and it sort of becomes this three-diamond three, where you have Zambrano at the base of that midfield diamond, you have Charlie Dennis on one side, Quayshow on the other, and the number 10 tonight, it's Fede Varela up top. That leaves a lot of space out wide for the wingers. Formella on this near side has been looking for the ball so far in the second half, just hasn't quite come to him often enough.
Now is headed up. Potmar Boyd does a nice job to stay in front of it. Poor touch, nearly turned over, and having to come flying in is Quaisho, but not fully away. Stop and turn as Lapa gets a little tug from behind. And Wyke. That was Dennis as well. Dennis, who's already been booked tonight, puts his hands up and slowly walks away as Lapa wanted to try and go quickly.
Now catch the replay of this ball in midfield. Lapa sort of spins around Zambrano. Referee blows a whistle.
You saw Lapa immediately saying, come on, where's the card? Where's the card?
After that first half, I don't blame him. Lots of cards going back and forth. This second half is going to be on a knife's edge.
Oscar tries a little back heel, doesn't go anywhere. As Wyke going to spin around and send it back towards midfield. Fede Varela, nice headed forward. Formella unable to take it in stride. He's going to have to stop and wait for some help. Dennis, lovely bit of play, 1-2, but Formella can't continue the run. Wasn't able to connect with Varela. Lapa comes and collects this one. Tumble from Lapa as it will be a free kick as Lapa trying to play to the crowd as his crowd was the head referee.
Yeah, see Lawrence Wyke coming in the back. Clear foul there from Lawrence Wyke, shoving Bruno Lapa. Phoenix trying to reestablish a foothold in this game here 7 minutes into the second half. Memphis have had the better of the play. They're looking sharper in transition.
Little 1-2 Ward. He's been really sharp so far tonight. He gets tangled up, and it will be another foul. This time it's Johnson. Johnson, who's been booked already once tonight as well.
Crowd none too happy about that call from Melissa Nichols. See the grab there from Darius Johnson. Slight on Akeem Ward. The referee has absolutely been consistent with these calls tonight, keeping the game tight across the first and the second half so far. It's the tone of the game, and it's up to the players to intuit that and respond.
So free kick for Memphis. There's 1-0 lead. Lapa will take it quickly off to the right wing. Ward. Ward plays it in long towards the back post. Sissoko's going to have to chase it down, and he will. Sissoko, low cross in. That was no danger whatsoever as Rios Novo wants to try and play quickly. I think he was looking for Tomas Angel, but it just wasn't there.
Yeah, Fede Varela motioning these guys forward. Trying to get some tempo back in this possession play from Phoenix Rising. Memphis pushing their wingers. You see it with Borzak here on the near side, pushing those wingers high up the field. Giving the wingers for Phoenix Rising lots of space to drop in and receive. You see Formella there getting on the ball but can't do anything with it.
Poor turnover and a foul as Borzak earns himself a free kick, and Formella a quick yellow that comes out for him. This home crowd does not like it. And if you are keeping track at home, Joe, that is the 100th yellow card on the year for Phoenix Rising.
Borzak driving down this left side. Formella's done a ton of good defensive work. Reaches out, grabs that arm. Again, not a ton of super physically aggressive contact there. The referee is being consistent with these calls. Phoenix Rising now have to defend this free kick, and yet another player on a yellow. And I do wonder, Killian, if that's the thing that prompts a change right there. That yellow card for Darius Formella has not been super effective 1v1 in the first 10 minutes or so of this second half. You've got Juro Margarita. Yeah, he was at international duty, but he did train fully earlier on this week. You've got him ready to come off the bench and impact the game whenever Diego Gomez looks his way. I wonder if that's a change we could see.
Here's the free kick. This one swung in towards the back post, headed out as Johnson going to get it. He's got Angel making a long run, unable to find him. as it's back in the midfield. Expect a move from Phoenix, as we saw somebody from the dugout come over and speak to the fourth. So expect a couple changes soon for the hosts.
And there's that quick release. Noe Meza steps forward, clears the path for Johnson to get on the ball. Phoenix again wasteful in possession in the attacking half.
Quayshaw, that turnover as he comes running back, and another whistle, and another foul, and another booking. I mean, Quayshaw now with a yellow card as the crowd starts making the most noise we've heard here in this second half.
Catch the replay here on yet another yellow card for Phoenix Rising. Zach Duncan with a nice little sell job there, wanting to get the referee's attention. Off that grab from Emil Quayshaw, yet another yellow card for Phoenix Rising.
That's the 5th booking tonight for Phoenix. As we get it back rolling.
Well, and this game really has been called incredibly tight, maybe the tightest game we've seen in terms of the refereeing decisions and what is or isn't a yellow card out here in Phoenix all year long. You know, both sides are playing under those same restrictions. The crowd here at 30th and Washington isn't going to be happy about those calls, of course. You see a foul call here going Phoenix's way. It really has gone both sides from the referee tonight. An opportunity for Phoenix to grab this game by the scruff of the neck and try to force themselves back into this match and into some yellow cards for Memphis.
Phoenix wants to go quickly. It looks like the two subs prepping to come on, Remy Cabral and Drill Margarita. So 2 attacking changes incoming for Phoenix.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine that Margarita is going to be on for Formella. Maybe Remy Cabral for Thomas Senhel. We'll find out in just a moment.
White tries to chip this one ahead. Dennis does a nice job shouldering off, keeps possession. Formella has to change his route just a little bit to stay on the ball, but he does. Dennis, a little hard shove as the hands go up immediately from Cariaga. And it will be a free kick to Phoenix. Phoenix motioning. I think they want to get these subs on.
Yeah, it's going to be Fede Varela, it looks like, coming off as Remy Cabral works his way on. There it is.
That is. So Cabral will come on for Fede Varela, and you are indeed correct. Darius Formella will be the other man coming off for Drill Margarita.
Yeah, it's a delicate balance here for Phoenix. These are attack-tilted subs, bringing off an attacking midfielder for a striker, then adding an even more attack-minded winger and Margarita on for Formella, who did some defensive dirty work already in this game. Now you've got 2 wingers in Johnson and Margarita who want to stay high up the field. How does this Phoenix hybrid back 3, back 4, very narrow? How does Phoenix deal with the attackers that Memphis are going to be sending their way in transition? They didn't deal with it well in the first goal, the only goal so far tonight. Going to be a really interesting last 30-plus minutes of this game.
Fans, as we got a second as their tendon looks like got some cramps out there. We just want to remind you, the USL is partnered with the United Way Suncoast. They are headquartered in Tampa, Florida, to help out the Tampa Bay area recover from the destruction from Hurricanes Helene and Milton. To assist in the recovery efforts, you can visit uslsoccer.com/Milton. With your support, we can help the Tampa Bay region ensure individuals and families have access to the resources that they need. A big cause. Scan that QR code on your screen right now. Go and help out United Way and the USL. So first real opportunity of this second half, as we will have a change for Memphis as well. Alvaro Quezada going to come on for Oscar Jimenez, who was the one dealing with those cramping issue, it looked like, as he's made his way off, and Quezada will come on. So Dennis, left foot, sends it towards the middle. Not much danger in that one, but Phoenix Has Zambrano right there on top of it. Johnson chested down to himself. Johnson has to stop and turn. Somehow keeps possession as Dennis being pestered by a couple of defenders. Duncan, the main one there, as Dennis holds on to it. He's going to switch ends.
And you see Potmar Boy still high up the field.
Margarita with his first touch. Sends it towards the middle. Johnson, one touch. Johnson toes it into the back of the net. But wait one moment, the flag is up.
Phoenix Rising thought they found the equalizer from Darius Johnson. The flag ends up coming up on this near side. We'll catch the replay here. Margarita with the ball. Delightful ball forward to Darius Johnson.
You saw Remy Cabral knew it right away.
Yeah.
But at least a bit of positive energy and momentum from Phoenix, from the two men who played each other recently during the international break. Yeah, watch.
Just on the wrong side there of Quezada, who's coming to play that left back role. Akeem Ward still on that right side for Stephen Glass. You said it, those two played against each other. Curacao and Granada, they played against each other in the Netherlands as well, coming into the club around the same time. Talked with Joe Margarita earlier on this week. He said, you know, DJ's the guy, Goldie. Goldie's the guy that I get along with, really have clicked very, very quickly with. Shared experiences on the same and on opposite sides of the field.
So an opportunity taken off the board. As this one now headed through. Papa going to stop and turn. Quezada now. Quezada right foot. Nice sliding challenge, and it's deflected up. And it will be a corner for Memphis.
Quezada not wasting any time getting involved in this game. Lapa, again, fingerprints all over these attacks for Memphis. Ultimately earning a corner kick.
Carvana corner kick. Carvana will drive you happy. Proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. This one's sent in. Rios Novo will leap up quickly. Going to try and send it out. Going to lay ahead, and Remy Cabral was trying to make a run, but nowhere near. As a bad turnover of possession gives Memphis possession back. White comes flying in. Johnson, and White, a bit too strong of a touch from Johnson, unable to hold on to that. Fans, are you hungry? Gonna head on into Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Cane's hand-battered chicken finger and delicious secret sauces. It's a perfect way to feed your post-game appetite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Margarita, little touch ahead for Quaisho. Quaisho wants to cross it, but way too much. And that one sent out the back for a goal kick.
It's nice work down the left side from Jerome Margarita. Emil Quaisho pushing forward from that left back spot. A role that he is still very, very new to in this Phoenix Rising team. More of a midfielder at heart. Has been asked to play out on the left side, pinching in at times, yes, but sometimes overlapping as well by Diego Gomez. Doesn't have the quality to deliver that final ball in that moment.
Over an hour played here in Phoenix. 1-0 Memphis off the 44th goal from Dylan Borzak. Has the scoreline we do now. As Margarita and a late whistle. Didn't really hear it up here, but players immediately heard as Margarita looked like he made some contact. Now everybody huddled around Margarita, wanting to go check on Team Warren. Yeah, the arm just kind of extended. Saw Margarita right away run over, though, to check on Ward, make sure he was all right. Good show of sportsmanship between the two there.
And what will be a really interesting matchup between now and the final whistle. Darius Johnson's come over to this near side. Margarita on the far side. Fascinating to see who's going to get the better of those matchups.
The question, we saw Johnson was very good in that first half until they made the switch to get Ward on Johnson. Obviously now, with that change, Jimenez off, it'll be interesting to see how Quezada handles, see if they might have to switch it back. Played through, but too far behind for Cabral. Tulu once again. Great night for him as Quezada, a little back heel. It's a nice job. Memphis going to be able to retain possession. Lapa, a little simple touch. Here's a long run. Cariaga, a lot of space in the middle. Cariaga continues to make a run. Meza pressed over to the far side. Just inside 18 and deflected away. It will be a Carvana corner kick for Memphis.
And those are nervy moments for Phoenix Rising. Memphis doing a very good job of trying to work the ball down the wings in transition. Gerald Margarita late to get back in that play because he's being asked to play so far up the field to try and get Phoenix Rising on the score sheet. Memphis very quick to find and try to exploit those gaps on the wings.
So Lapo will meander his way over to that far corner. Apple waiting for the go-ahead. It's Tulu weaving his way around Lawrence White, trying to find some room. Looks like a game of Twister going on down there inside the 18. Finally getting going. Baquero tries to flick one towards goal, unable to get anything there as he lets it go all the way out for a throw.
Left foot red.
Not sure who had it. It was tough to tell. Another change coming for Memphis. Luis Fernando going to come on. He's going to go and step up top for Meza.
Luis Fernando will give this team a little more dynamism in attacking transition, can play centrally, can play wider. It's more dangerous in the final third than Mays, who did a ton of good work off the ball in this game. Fernando's looking to be making that killer blow.
Good takeaway by Zambrano, and he draws a foul. Fuenmayor trying to find somewhere to go with it and gets it back to his keeper. Approaching 20 minutes left to play tonight. As the pressure starting to ratchet up just a little bit more for the hosts. Mentioned with the results between San Antonio and Louisville, just a point tonight will clinch a spot as Johnson, big shove from behind and a free kick in a dangerous area. As Johnson once again trying to lead the attack for Phoenix.
Darius Johnson, the outlet there on the right wing for Phoenix Rising. Up against Alvaro Quezada. The crowd calling for a yellow card. We'll catch the replay here. Patmar Boy. Lovely clips ball out to the right side. Little extension there from Quezada. Borderline yellow card call given how things have gone tonight. Called very, very tightly this contest. Phoenix Rising with this free kick. Charlie Dennis with the in-swinger.
So Dennis, one step back post. Going up is Sissoko as Derek came flying in to snag that. And now it looks like Patmar Boy is down. Marboy is up, and now Derek is the one slow to get up as they call for the trainer to come and take a look at him.
And here's that free kick from Charlie Dennis. Looking for Potmar Boy at the back post. Sissoko does well to rise up. Tyler Derrick coming in. Happy to watch some time tick off the clock here if you're Memphis.
Trainer going to come and take a look. Remy Cabral right there, the one red amongst a sea of white. I'm sure trying to help out with all of his medical expertise, I'm sure that he has.
Remy's a talented guy, we know now.
Check on Derek. Remind you that Phoenix Children is the exclusive and official pediatric medical partner of Phoenix Rising. To learn more, you can visit phoenixchildrens.org. Stephen Glass his side with this 1-0 victory.
If you're Memphis, picking up all 3 points tonight, really, really valuable in that hunt for the 4 seed. Colorado Springs took care of business against Monterey Bay earlier on tonight. That does mean for Phoenix Rising, even if they score a couple of goals and climb back into the lead in this game to pick up 3 points of their own, they will not be able to host that home playoff game here at 38th and Washington.
Lapa, lay off. That one's sent down into the box, but right back out, Bruno Lapa. Lapa gonna cross it in, take a little short hop right into the waiting arms of Rocco Rios Novo. As you said, the defending champions, if they do want to defend their crown, they will do it on the road like they did last year. Memphis, though, still very much at play. Borzak, who's got the goal tonight, off to Lapa. Lapa takes a shot and pointing to the spot. It is a penalty, and Lawrence White can't believe it.
Lawrence White pleading his case with the referee. Bruno Lapa does so well there, biding his time, adjusting his body angle. Lawrence White with the foul. We'll catch this replay. Lapa on the overlap. Oh boy. Look to me. Maybe that right foot of Bruno Lapa. It's what catches Lawrence White. Not a lot of contact there. Lapa ends up on the ground.
Here's another peek at it for you.
Oh, Lawrence White establishes that foot. Plants it on the ground. Lapa sort of taps himself into Lawrence White.
Huge moment now for Rocco Rios Novo. He's saved 2 penalties so far this year. This one might be the biggest. Bruno Lapa will be the man to take it. 11 goals on the year. We mentioned he's got 9 with the right foot this season. And now Lapa with a yellow card, and they've actually reversed the decision. Rocco Rios Novo told to hang on as we got to sort through some things.
Now it's Bruno Lapa pleading his case. Stephen Glass on the sidelines can't believe it. We've got an impromptu conference here.
So everybody coming together around the head referee, Alyssa Nichols, originally given a penalty. Nichols asked for some help, got some help from the rest of this crew, and the penalty decision ultimately overturned, and Lapa ends up with a booking in Phoenix. A huge sigh of relief.
And that yellow card for Bruno Lapa ends up being for simulation. A reversal of the call, as you said, Killian. Initially called as a foul on Lawrence White inside the 18, ruled as a penalty. Lapa is viewed then to have simulated the contact.
Played ahead. Lapa gets it. Lapa, right foot just Poked away by Rocco Rios Novo. Lapa said, you might take away my penalty, but I'll get it back the old-fashioned way. Huge counterattack from Memphis, and now they've got a corner.
That's well done there from Rocco Rios Novo. Makes a difficult save. Look routine after that ball slips over to Bruno Lapa. Rios Novo helps close the angle. Pushes that ball wide left. We got some fireworks left in this game.
Another Carvana corner kick. 15 to play. Phoenix still seeking an equalizer. Memphis trying to keep pace with Colorado Springs. This one's sent in, and Wyke drops down and heads it away. And Hell now an opportunity. He's got two players ahead, and Hell long ball. He pushed it well too far out as Cabral is going to come and stand over Derek now for a brief moment.
A little Allen Iverson moment there from Remy Cabral. Phoenix Rising just not finding that last pass in transition. We've seen a couple of those so far tonight. Darius Johnson, Tomas Angel looking for that outlet ball on the break. Ball right back to him though.
All right, back. Derek, that was almost like he was playing dodgeball, trying to hit Darius Johnson. You get the feeling that the energy levels just changed after that reversal of the penalty, really for both sides.
Yeah, the crowd getting right back into this game. Stephen Glass has not been a happy camper on this near sideline. It's a difficult moment for Memphis. You think you have the opportunity to kill off this game. All of a sudden, everything changes very, very quickly. Phoenix Rising, though, still trying to get back in this one. Haven't been particularly goal dangerous in this second half, looking for opportunities.
Margarita sends it all the way to midfield. Dennis will get it off Zambrano. Zambrano has Quaisho. Quaisho gonna stop, nearly steps on the ball. Now dispossessed by Ward. Nicely done by Ward, who's been great tonight.
Yeah, he really has been a lockdown defender in this match for Memphis. Either side, really, really strong outing.
Long pass, that one sent all the way through, and it'll be a throw-in as Diego Gomez hustling up to get the ball to Lawrence Wyke. Borzak gonna dispossess Dennis. Borzak, the goal scorer tonight, right at the end of the first half, as now he missteps and trips over himself, but it will be a corner.
And Charlie Dennis has got to be careful. Grabbing on to Borzak there, already on that yellow card. Phoenix on the cusp of maybe ending up with 10 men here.
Dennis with a booking, Wyke with a yellow card. Popmar Boy has one as well as Emi Quaisho. A couple more changes coming on. Lucas Turchi going to come on for Duncan. And the goal scorer, Dylan Borzak, will make his way off. He'll be met with a high five from his captain, as Leston Paul will make his way on.
And Turchi gives him another body in the box here. Memphis, big frame, strong physical presence through the middle. Keep an eye on number 8.
Leston Paul gets handed the captain's armband, and we're back. And we'll reset. Joe Margarita, though, showing a little bit of the volleyball skills almost. Ten minutes to play. This one sent in, back post. They were trying to find Tulu, couldn't get it there, and that one is sent high into the Phoenix Knight. Be back to a throw-in for Phoenix. Fans, if you can't watch the match, be sure to turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. A couple more changes for Phoenix. Going to bring on Edgardo Rito and Juan Carlos Azocar.
Phoenix shifting the shape here as Lawrence White comes off. There'll be more of a two center back look, with Edgardo Rito moving far higher up on this right side than Lawrence White would from a similar position. Diego Gomez really going for this.
Vaquero, Lapa does a nice job to keep the ball at his feet. Going to stop and swing it all the way over to Ward. Ward wants to cross in, going back for Lapa, but Pop Marble is right there. Johnson gonna wait up for some help. He's got Rito off to his right now, as he's gonna now begin to press forward. Little chip ahead, not there. He's trying to find Remy Cabral. Nice long run from Angel, and it will be a late whistle and a foul. Free kick. Angel, the big old smile on his face. I'm sure it's not a happy smile.
No, nor will it be right now from Diego Gomez, as he's just watched Darius Johnson clip that ball forward to Remy Cabral, a striker who's not always at his best with his back to goal. Not always at his best, right sandwiched in between two larger Memphis center backs either. Really low percentage ball there from Darius Johnson. Just a few seconds later, Memphis have earned themselves a free kick.
Otmar Boy gets a foot to that, and just going to clear it away. Cabral looking around. Sissoko tries to get it away, but Margarita has a foot to it. There's Azocar. And it's back to him. Margarita. Margarita hesitates, gets to his left, a little bit of space. He's going to stop and now turn. Margarita stands on it, gets back to his left, crossed in, just over the head of Darius Johnson. Rito's there, though. He's got to wait for Johnson to get back. Zambrano overruns the ball, loses possession. And now a tumble, a foul, and a free kick in a very dangerous spot for Phoenix.
How good is that from Charlie Dennis? Shielding the ball in a tight spot. He's been excellent in central midfield for Phoenix Rising tonight. Intercepts that ball from John Baquero. Draws just the slightest bit of contact from Carriaga. As we get another look here at the silky work on the left side from Jerome Margarita. Sails over the top of Darius Johnson.
Johnson listed at 6 foot. I think give him a couple more inches, he might have had a shot at that. So now, free kick opportunity, sitting about 22 yards out. You got Cabral and Dennis. Who do you like taking this one, Joe?
Yeah, keep an eye on Charlie Dennis. Aiming to go over that wall towards the right side, Tyler Derrick's left side.
Cabral with the hesitation. It will be Dennis going for goal off the crossbar. Still up in the air, not fully cleared, headed out. Somehow kept in. Dennis goes off the crossbar, and it was that close from being 1-1.
Yeah, you see the hands on the head for Charlie Dennis. He knows how close that free kick was. Takes it with the left, bends it. Just off the top of the crossbar there. Can't duck it down underneath the woodwork. Still 1-0 Memphis.
Memphis taking their time, watching the seconds tick away. 5 minutes left. Chested down in the midfield and held to Johnson. Johnson tries a little back heel flick. Unable to keep possession. Dennis wants to switch all the way. Our side, Margarita. Margarita tries to get around. Ward fell off of his feet, and it will be a quick throw. He takes it to Zambrano.
Phoenix really pushing numbers forward. You see the two strikers high, and Hell floating just underneath Remy Cabral. Darius Johnson looking for space. The fullbacks push forward.
Dennis with a throw in. He'll toss it back to Pop Marboy. Margarita comes back to collect it. Margarita's been sharp since coming on in this second half. Looks like he has the ball on a string attached to his foot. Asokar now, the nice little move to get himself a little bit of space.
Memphis doing a good job of keeping this defensive structure. Torchi's added an extra number to that back line, giving them a little more width across the back for Stephen Glass, absorbing and biding their time.
Sure to watch the USL Championship. It's on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch the live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazzo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com for the full USL TV listings. Getting to crunch time. As we said, Phoenix needs a point tonight to clinch their spot back into the playoffs. And Hell off to Margarita. Ward shuts him down, though, as Margarita has to double back. He's going to try and go again. He's got 3 defenders around him. Gets himself some space. Nifty move. Into Dennis in the middle. Dennis, back heel. Tomas, left foot low. Driven shot. But off the mark. Looks like it did take a deflection, though, and it will be a corner to Phoenix.
That's good ball movement across the top of the box. Margarita drawing players in before trying to find space on the far side. Charlie Dennis back on a set piece.
Dennis had a free kick from about 22 yards out off the crossbar a few moments ago. Gonna swing this Carvana corner kick in near post. Headed up and away. Pop Marboy, a little half bicycle. Cabral tried the same. But now Memphis back out. A chance for a counter. Rito's right there, though. Rito comes flying in. And it will be a whistle and a foul.
Memphis perfectly happy to watch some time tick off the clock here, as they should be. Have done a really good job of managing the game in this second half. Not overextending defensively. Staying strong and sturdy back in their defensive shape.
Flag up on the far side. And it will be a substitution. Mo Traore going to come on. They're going to bring Traore on for Johnson.
And interesting to see where Mo Traore ends up here. Traore is going to go over to that far side to become the pseudo left back for Phoenix Rising. With Juan Carlos Azócar shifting into a more central role, which is something we've seen him do quite a few times off the bench. Here for Phoenix, he's been sort of the jack of all trades as a super sub for Diego Gomez, as Phoenix Rising look for something here in the closing minutes.
Rito shifts over to take Johnson's spot on the wing on this near side. And nobody really paying attention and having to quickly hustle back to get that ball. Was Mo Traore, his first touch of the night.
Charlie Dennis dropping low, trying to be the orchestrator for this team on this right side.
A little heavy touch. It did take a deflection, though, off of Memphis. Phoenix was a little surprised as Rito had to scurry over and pick it up. Gonna throw it in as Cabral easily thrown around. Zambrano, bad pass from Pop Marboy. 6 minutes. Phoenix Rising has to go on the road to Louisville City, the top team in the USL next week, and they can't find a goal here tonight. It'll come down to next week. Zambrano in the midfield. Pressed over for Dennis. Dennis crossed in. Waiting for Cabral. Zulu was one of the ones there as Angel goes down. Lapa, little 1-2.
How good is that from Memphis?
That was impressive. Baquero gets the ball right back, still running. Shouldered off. Nicely done in defense. Phoenix back the other direction.
An opportunity here to work the ball to the weak side. Memphis slow to get back into their shape.
Dennis, they get it over to Rito. Garto Rito fresh in. Over to Juan Carlos Azocar. Zambrano. That one towed down by Ward. And then Ward leapt up, took that one, deflected, and now Ward is down, and they're going to have to call for the trainer quickly. As Ward leapt up.
Traore, yeah. Mo Traore on the ball there. Akeem Ward rises up. Ends up hitting him right in the head.
As Ward has the trainer come over and look at him, always taking anything to do with the head or neck area seriously.
Yep.
Here's what's left. As we said, next week, the 26th, Phoenix will head to Louisville City. Memphis will go to New Mexico United. Remember, Memphis sitting in 5th place right now. Colorado Springs with a 1-0 victory earlier this evening. Keeps them, as it stands, 1 point ahead of Memphis for that 4th and final home playoff spot.
It's been a really professional performance tonight from Memphis 9-1, finding that space on the left side of Phoenix's back line for John Baquero's cross into Borzak in that first half, and have managed the second half really well, have not given Phoenix many chances. See the ball there sort of carelessly go out off of Juan Carlos Azocar. More time for Memphis.
Continue to watch the seconds tick away as Ward, who was let back on, will throw in. Ward chips ahead, Fuenmayor to Rocco Rios Novo. Dennis. Dennis has to get it away as Lapo was right there with Baquero. Traore tries to get it in the middle, took an awkward deflection, long run all the way in. Cabral now, Cabral takes away the ball, sent in, knocked down by Derek, and it will be a corner.
Sloppy play there from Phoenix Rising, but it ends up working out in their favor. Out for a corner kick on this far side.
Another Carvana corner kick. Biggest one of the night, potentially biggest one of the season for Phoenix Rising. Ball sent in, back post. Fuenmayor couldn't collect it. He's gonna have to chase it down and send it right back into the box. Traore's gonna head, leaping up Potmar Boy, but over the crossbar. And it looks like Derek might have ran into the post, as he looks like he is okay.
That might have been the one for Phoenix Rising. The in-swinger there from Renzo Zambrano finds Ale Fuenmayor, just not ready for it. On the weak side of the box, lets it roll all the way out wide. Fuenmayor plays it back in. Tame headers there from Phoenix. Nothing that troubles Tyler Derrick.
Derrick, I'm sure, hearing plenty from that south end as he puts his right foot through it. Over the head of Dennis. As Rito will watch it go out, it'll be a throw to Phoenix. Not much time left. Ball headed around, Lapa will knock it up over the head, Potmar Boy. Phoenix gonna have to go. And hell, he's got Traore making a run to his left. Zambrano. Dennis. Now to Zambrano. You'd assume this might be the last chance. Traore. Low cross, snuck through. Potmar boy, right foot just wide. It did take a deflection somewhere on the way in, and it will be a corner.
An almost moment there for Phoenix Rising. Potmar boy couldn't believe this ball ended up at his foot. It'll be another corner kick for Charlie Dennis.
Dennis swings it back post. Headed down around. Derek will leap up and snag it and cover it. 6.5 minutes of added time played. We'll see if there's anything left in this one.
Mo Traore just not able to trouble Tyler Derek there with that header. Not nearly enough power.
Derek, long boot, Rizzo knocked down. Dennis, they're going to continue to play. We did have that brief stoppage with Ward going down in extra time. Tries to cross it. Sends another one towards the back post. Nobody's there. Potmar boy going to have to run collect. They're going to keep playing. Chipped up, deflection, and that will be the final whistle. Memphis holds on 1-0 on the road in Phoenix. They keep pace with Colorado Springs, and a home playoff spot is still in the cards for Memphis 901 FC.
An excellent performance tonight from Memphis. On the road. Get that first goal in the first half and never truly look back. So much quality in this team for Stephen Glass. Some good tactical changes as well. Another fun one, Killian, between these two teams.
Certainly is. You see Bruno Lapa still frustrated with the officials. Getting his 2 cents in after his penalty was overturned. The midway point of this second half, Diego Gomez going up, handshakes all around. After a 1-0 victory from Memphis 901, they're going to sweep the season series against Phoenix. And Stephen Glass now having his conversation. As it's all around. Emotions were running high throughout this match. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to wrap things up on the other side. 1-0 Memphis over Phoenix.
You came looking for a light beer. And you found gold. Modelo Oro. The light beer with a smooth, elevated taste and a clean, crisp finish. Perfect for those who never settle for less than they deserve. Modelo Oro, the gold standard of light beer.
Well, it's finally happening. The robots. They're coming.
Hi, Avery.
Maybe that's a good thing.
She said what? She said, what? I was ready like a full 20 minutes before you. What are you talking about?
It drives better than you do, babe.
He does. Bye, robot.
Huh. How long have you been tracking our car's value with Carvana?
Just like 7 months.
Should we sell it?
We hold.
Hold.
Silver vans are going for more right now. Should we?
Our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Hold.
Depreciation's really heating up. You think? We just did 2.5%.
Now!
I'm on it.
already sold to Carvana.
Go to Carvana and track your car's value today.
Back in Phoenix, 1-0. Memphis 901 FC takes the victory on the road at Phoenix Rising. Killian McClatchy, Joe Lowry here to wrap things up. Metro by T-Mobile post-match report. Got the highlights for you, presented by your Desert Ford dealers. Few chances early from Phoenix. Darius Johnson was sharp, just couldn't find anything in the first half.
No, they couldn't. Had some nice moments early on, as did Memphis. Evenly balanced first half. You see another look here from Darius Johnson. Ends up putting that shot just wide.
Yeah, Darius Johnson, he was active in the first half, but then turn the page, the 44th, our lone goal tonight. Dylan Borzak takes this one from John Baccaro. Clean goal from Borzak, his 4th on the year, and it gave Memphis the ultimate game-winning goal.
Yeah, textbook stuff. They're from Memphis 901 FC. John Baccaro finding the weak point in Phoenix's back line on the left side for Phoenix, exploiting it and helping his team gain that 1-0 lead.
Second half, this is where Phoenix thought they tied it up. Johnson from Margarita, who's just on, but the flag was up.
Tough moment there from Phoenix Rising, hoping to get back into this game. This one seemed like a tough moment at first. The referee first gives the penalty kick for Bruno Lapa. Then after some help from the 4th official, calls this one back and gives the yellow card to Lapa for simulation.
Then a crossbar. Charlie Dennis late in the second half. Popmar Boy just wide. And that is how it ended. 1-0 Memphis. Here are your final stats presented by Gateway Community College. It was really a tremendous match played all around. You see, honestly pretty equal on everything.
Yeah, tight game, no doubt about it. And there have been a lot of fun games between these two teams. Not quite the goals in terms of fireworks tonight, but chippiness in the run of play, opportunities coming from both sides. Excitement even up to the end of this game with Phoenix looking for the equalizer, a lot to like.
Certainly as we continue on, this Phoenix team showing this home crowd some love in the home finale. Is only one more match, was the penultimate week. These two will head on the road. Memphis 901 at New Mexico United, top of the table in the West. They're going to need more than likely a win to host a playoff spot, depending on the tiebreakers and everything that goes on. They're going to try to keep pace with Colorado Springs. Phoenix goes to Louisville City next week, the top team in the USL Championship. Looking to punch their ticket, try to go back-to-back, and it will be on the road if they can indeed make their way back to the playoffs once again. Well, want to take just a second and thank you, as this is our final broadcast here in Phoenix. Big thanks to our entire crew here helping us out, this Bitfire crew. We got Shane, Joe, Al, Gregson, our guy back in the Bitfire studios, Glenn, Randy, Sam and Phil, Joy, Brian, Josh, just rattling off all the names that have helped us out this year. That's back in the studios, and everybody here, our camera operators. We couldn't do this without you guys here. Huge thanks to you, Tony, Greg, Mike, Brandon, Forrest, Todd, and Danny. Again, thank you to us, helping us out all season long. It makes us look presentable. Makes it so that way we're not just a couple crazy people talking to ourselves for a couple hours every week.
It's a big job for these people to make us look presentable, as you said there, Killian. We are so appreciative of all the hard work that goes on behind the scenes. Thank you to you all.
Yeah, it certainly is. Well, we appreciate it. One more time this season from Phoenix, for my partner Joe Lowry, my name is Killian McClatchy. Signing off for the final time this year. 1-0 Memphis over Phoenix. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe, and be sure to turn in next week. It's decision day across the USL Championship. Find out who's going to the playoffs and who's going home.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.